Good morning. My name is Sandra McKee, and I am the chair of the Freedom Plaza Community Advisory Committee. Upon the receipt of a completed application and response to the request for applications issued pursuant to the New York Racing Parimutuel Wagering and Breeding Law, Title II-A, the Commission will establish a Community Advisory Committee, CAC, for each application received based upon the physical location of the proposed gaming facility. Accordingly, having received a completed application for a project at 686 First Avenue in Manhattan, the Commission has established a Community Advisory Committee for the Freedom Plaza project. By statute, each Community Advisory Committee consists of appointees made by the Governor, State Senator, State Assemblyman, Mayor, Borough President, and Council Member who represent the area where the facility is proposed to be located. For each application submitted, a Community Advisory Committee, the CAC, will be created to review the application, gauge local support, and ultimately issue a finding determining whether there is adequate support for the proposed project. This affirmative finding is a requirement for the application to be considered by the Gaming Facility Location Board. Hearing directly from members of the community in an open forum will help advise committee members on the community's view of the project. Committee members, as representatives of their communities, can consider such comments in making their determination on whether to advance their respective application to the Gaming Facility Location Board for evaluation. I will now call the roll of appointed members. Nichols Silversack, appointed by Governor Kathy Hochul. Rashma Patel, appointed by Assemblymember Harvey Epstein. Celeste Royo, appointed by Borough President Mark Levine. Jennifer Santa Ynez, appointed by Mayor Eric Adams. Jasmine Narula, appointed by Councilmember Keith Powers. And myself, Sandra McKee, appointed by Senator Kristen Gonzalez. Pursuant to New York General Construction Law, number 41, a quorum will be established by the presence of 4 members. Since a quorum of qualified members is present, we can continue with business. The next item of business is the approval of the minutes from the organizational meeting held on July 17, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve these meeting?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
A second?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the minutes of the organizational meeting held on July 17, 2025 be accepted as presented. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no opposition, the motion carries and the minutes are approved. I would like to thank Noreen Siddiqui and to the NYSTEC team for shepherding us through this process. They've done an excellent job. Thank you. I would also like to thank my fellow CAC members for their thorough review of this application and their thoughtful and respectful participation in the process. Consideration and vote. As per guidance issued by the Gaming Facility Location Board on June 23rd and September 3rd, 2025, a bidder may make a promise, commitment, or obligation. All promises, commitments, or obligations must be definitive, meaning not incumbent on future state or local discretionary action, and unconditioned inability of the bidders to perform. A CAC may request a bidder change or modify their application. Changes, promises, commitments, or obligations must be incorporated into an application for the board or commission to have any role in the enforcement of such. No change or modification necessitating a change to either the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act or New York City Environmental Quality Review process can be considered. The Gaming Facility Location Board developed a form to memorialize and transmit any request or change or modification. And the committee has not asked for any change or modification. On Thursday, September 18th, the committee received formal amendments to the Freedom Plaza application from the Freedom Plaza team. Amendments were updated and provided to the committee over the weekend. The amendment was to increase the net number of housing to 1,080 units at 100% affordability. Committee members reviewed the full text of the Freedom Plaza team's proposed changes. The full text is available on the CAC's website. At this point, we will move forward with a vote on whether or not to accept the changes proposed by the applicant. I will call on each member individually to vote A or nay on the proposed changes. Nicholas Silverzak.
Aye.
Reshma Patel.
No.
Celeste Royal.
Nay.
Jennifer Santa Inez.
Aye.
Jasmine Narula.
No.
I, Sandra McKee, nay. The changes proposed by the Freedom Plaza team to this application received 2 positive votes, meaning the changes have been rejected. Consideration and vote. Of the Freedom Plaza application. This committee, as required by statute, has reviewed the Freedom Plaza application, held 2 public hearings on August the 28th and September 15th, and received email and written comments regarding the application. This committee will now vote on a finding establishing public support, approving or disapproving the application. For an application to be advanced for Gaming Facility Location Board consideration, 4 affirmative votes must be received. On the question whether Freedom Plaza, as presented in its application, should advance to the Gaming Facility Location Board for consideration, I will call on each member individually to vote A or nay on the question, and should they desire, to explain their vote. Nicholas Silverzak.
Aye.
Aye. Reshma Patel.
I want to thank Sandra McKee for being chair of this committee, and Jesus Perez for hosting here, and all the logistics that went in, and my fellow CAC members. And also Noreen, thank you. It's yeoman's work and you and your team. And so thank you guys. I also want to thank the Freedom Plaza team and the Mohegan Sun team for their time and money spent, but I vote no.
Celeste Royal.
Nay.
Jennifer Santa Inez.
I want to thank as well the Gaming Commission and our NISTEC consultant for your support and professionalism throughout this process. I also want to thank the Freedom Plaza application team for their responsiveness to the committee's questions, to my fellow CAC members for your time, effort, and due diligence to review the application and host our public hearings to solicit community feedback. Thank you to the stakeholders and constituents for sharing all of your feedback for the CAC's consideration. And that said, on behalf of the New York City Mayor's Office, I vote aye.
Jasmine Narula.
Nay.
I, Sandra McKee. Again, I'd like to thank everyone who participated in the process. It's been a very robust review of all the work that's been done by the community and the applicants. I vote nay. The question of whether to advance the application to the Gaming Facility Location Board has been reviewed. 2 positive votes, meaning the application has been disapproved. This CAC will record its vote with all members endorsing their vote. We will promptly transmit our determination to the Gaming Facility Location Board and the applicant through NYSTEC. In addition, this committee will provide a copy of all materials upon which the decision was based to the Gaming Facility Location Board. Do any members have any items they'd like to present for consideration? Hearing no other items for consideration, I thank my fellow committee members for their public service. This meeting of the Community Advisory Committee for Freedom Plaza is hereby adjourned.